Я выросла на севере.
I lived in the north with the glorious dark starlit sky and the beauty of fir trees. I thought it was the most wonderful place in the world. My mom was always drawing my attention to the beauty of creation, and she always told me, "My daughter, it's so important to live your life in the right way." And the question that stayed with me was, so why are we alive? Why is there so much suffering, injustice, pain? When I was 18, I took up a form of karate known as Kyokushinkai. Just imagine a large number of people in kimonos standing in rows, bravely and without a shadow of fear working on improving their blows and striving to progress. I thought, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. I set the goal of reaching the next World Championships, winning a high place and immortalizing myself so that my name would remain and generations would remember me. Among those sportsmen, although I saw a lot of nice words and slogans, not everything was as pure as I'd hoped for. And then on one occasion, I was sitting down, and feelings of emptiness just wouldn't leave me alone. And for the first time in my life, I talked to God. And then I prayed, "I don't understand you. Why is there so much beauty in the world? And yet so much suffering? Is that really what you want, for us to live like this?" I prayed, I guess, for about 4 hours. You know, the strongest feeling of emptiness and loneliness is that of a creation without its creator. And I was so lonely at that time. And a while afterwards, there was a knock at my door. It was Jehovah's Witnesses. I started studying the Bible. It was so wonderful. On one occasion, the sister who studied with me looked up at me, and when she looked at those bruises, those beaten up knuckles, she took a deep breath and shook her head. I said, "Is there something wrong?" She said, "You know, I'm in great pain." I said, "Why are you in pain?" She said, "Well, I'm looking at your hands, your elbows, your battered legs, all of that. Doesn't it hurt?" I said, "Well, yes." And she said, "You know, it hurts me to see you in pain." And I started to understand that Jehovah is the true God, that this really was the truth. It was difficult. The pressure from relatives and friends was very strong. But the most difficult thing that I had to battle with was my strong attachment to karate. Just a year remained until the World Championships. I had prepared for them. I had been working toward that goal for 5 years. Glory can seem really sweet when you are the victor, when your opponents fall to the ground. So I flew to the World Championships. When I made it to the last 4 winners and I had to fight for 3rd place, I wanted to ask my trainer to stop. Why? Because I couldn't feel a single live place on my body. Everything was beaten up. But he said, "You know, we love you so much. Go for it." And at that moment, it felt as though I was weighing love, the world's love and the love of Jehovah's organization. It seemed to me that the world was saying, "We love you. Now just go and die." But the love in the organization says, "It hurts me to see you in pain." I realized that the world can't give you what it doesn't have. It doesn't know how to love. But nevertheless, I went to the fight and became the bronze medalist. And when I stood on the podium of glory, I understood that glory among people who don't love you weighs no more than emptiness. If a person dedicates his life to glorifying himself, he will always meet with disappointment and emptiness. So I made the firm decision to escape from karate. I started preaching, and I was baptized in 2005 at the summer convention in Kurgan. Later, I started full-time service. I learned the Tatar language so that I could serve in that territory. Now, when in the evenings I look up at the starry sky, I feel not hopelessness, but tremendous joy because I know who's behind it all. Our loving Creator, Jehovah God.